Hi, welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota. You are watching the TPN TV and radio network coming to you live from the United States of America. Now, I want for now to look at this video. This is a video where get for do with one of or maybe the first Sierra Leonean made app. This is the first Sierra Leonean made app where get the potential for become a global phenomenon. Let me play the video first. This is kind of the ads where get for do with this app. All right. Okay, let me just remove it now from my. All right. This app where you see so, then call it Tripstar.
If you want to sell online,
okay, hold on.
Make sure you stand out. Go to Wix e-commerce and create a
It's called Tripstar. Tripstar. Let me just do something here for you before I go to the program. So the reason which make I want for make I talk a little bit about this app is because and a very, very important thing we brothers and sisters they try to do at the diaspora for become entrepreneur and become part of the elite society. Let me try that again. Tripstars. All right, let me bring the website again. Oh, now let me see. All right, this now the website. This app now Sierra Leonean app. It just about like Uber and Lyft, but not only Uber and Lyft. This app gets more services where Uber and Lyft do not get at all. Now app where let me just log in as a guest. Okay, now app where you can call for ride, and this now a global app anywhere in the world where you there. If that country they give services to this app, you able for use the app. You call for a ride, just like Uber. You call for delivery, just like Uber. But not only that, the people that will get business, the small businesses and even big businesses like grocery stores and restaurant, hospital, aviations, carpentry, all type of services where you think of, they na this app here. This na a Sierra Leonean app. Na Sierra Leonean app. Very, very important. In fact, you can download the app today. As we speak, if now Android you get, if you go to your Google Play, just type Tripstars. It is TRIPSTARS. Tripstars. You will see the app. The app they pop up three applications and they pop up. They're all you get the Tripstar when you get the blue column. Now that's not for the customers. There one day now in the customers then they use for requests for a ride share, for requests for for other a Burger King, for ask for make an appointment to a doctor, the young doctor, call a handyman for come make you a house, and everything what you need, this app gets up. So now a very, very important app, and now Sierra Leone and then they make this app. So let we support the brothers and sisters. This is not a potential for become millionaires. This is what we actually need now. This diaspora, for people that way very, progressive, people that way they look beyond their means, people that way they look at the things that is more than themselves. So now the app this we they're on the market right now. So let's support that app there right now. Let me go now to me program of the day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get a few stuff we'll get for discuss today. You understand? One of the things that we'll get for discuss is particularly about. Let me just try for share this broadcast to with brothers and sisters on Facebook and YouTube. If you know watch it na YouTube, so I will send this to you. Let me see how I will able to do it quickly. Yep. So now the app and what's it? Now the program today it get to do with a few things, but let me just send this quickly and okay, I don't send them. So 3 things we'll get for discuss today. Now this program, the first one get to do with the APC politics. The second one get to do with the American politics, okay? And the third one get to do with the general discussions about issues and comments and whatever you want to make. But if you want to be part of the program, well, if you watch me from Facebook, just put the comments on Facebook, okay? If you put the comment on Facebook, we'll be able to show the comments on Facebook. From Facebook to the we program. If na YouTube, na the same thing. Just put your comments na the YouTube comment section. Okay, that also we go able for show you comment na the section broadcast program. So let's start with APC politics. Okay, APC politics. The reason why to make I want to start with the APC politics is because number one, it's very, very important. That might be party, right? Probably now you party too. You way to watch me. Probably now your opponent. Now your opponent party, so you may also get some kind of an interest into that. So a few days ago, Cherikuku, who they call Chano Emba, what they call Cherikuku, when the leader in the parliament for APC, he go to Cambia. Cherikuku go to Cambia, he go talk something. Let me just pull the what they call Cherikuku go talk something at Gambia, where offended a lot of people, especially people that were supporters of Sam Sumana. As we all know, Cherikuku na somebody where that have been the running mate for Dr. Samura. Now the past 2017 elections, 2017-2018 election, right? Now have been the running mate. So everybody knows say probably if he come again, Cherikuku go back Dr. Samura because he was the running mate, right? So now he go to Gambia, he go make some statement where offended the other group, the supporters of Sam Sumana. What did Cherikuku say? Cherikuku say, he said APC not get the time for make the able package and sell a new person for the flag bearer of the APC party. Think about this, okay? No, just think about this. The leader of the APC in the parliament, who happens to be a running mate to Dr. Samura in 2017, he go to Cambia, he go tell the Cambian people, they say, at this time, the APC party not get the time for package and sell a new person as flag bearer at the party. Okay? What's not the big deal for this statement? Yeah. They ask the same question. They ask the same question. What's not the big deal? If Cherikuku talks so. Because after Cherry Coco, now been running mates to Dr. Samura. We know that Dr. Samura, since he lost the election, he still they work very hard for make sure he secured the next coming flag bearership of the APC party, right? So if that is the case, by default, we know Cherry Coco will support Dr. Samura. Clear? But what's not the big deal? Well, the supporters of Una not saying after Honorable Alhaji Siddiq Samsumana returned na the party, na the APC party, tension been on the grow within the party, and even they see some kind of a shift, a political shift within the party where you get certain members of the party now don't begin take allegiances to one person, one potential candidate, and the other people them to the other. This is something that was clear and not to public, not to private something, not to secret. We all know say that's not something where they go on within the party with the party at this particular time, right? So this division don't begin for grow. It was small. In fact, there was no much division in terms of whether person they support in terms of the flag bearership within the APC party, because everybody be no saying, well, the time will change for make convention, and the convention I get for good determine I would get for be the flag bearer. But we know say Dr. Samura continue for campaign indirectly or even sometimes directly for campaign for this position, because he already done good taste, the sweetness of leadership, and he want to continue with that. So if Cherry Coco come, he can begin tell people and say, oh, you know what, we'll not get time for come package new people, them, new person and try for sell them back to the public. Well, one of the people then we feel offended is one young man we then called Tambaba. We know Tambaba, right? Tambaba na somebody where they support Alhaji Siddiq Samsumana. And na Samsumana in Kono brother. So let's just read waiting Tambaba say na the TPN forum about this particular statement where Cherry Coco go say na Cambia. Let me read. He said, I respect and admire Honorable Cherry Ramadan Majuba, commonly known as Cherry Coco. I respect and admire the way he has been able to rise through the political ladder in the APC. He is a young man, an ambitious man that has the potential to grow beyond the sky limit. He has served in various enable capacities in the governance system of Sierra Leone. But I have to honestly state that his statement in Cambia, as quoted above, is not only unfortunate, but utterly annoying and disgusting, to say the least. This is one of the supporters of Honorable Siddiq Samsumana. Na they respond to Cherry Coco in statement where he say, where he go talk na Cambia. Now let me continue. He said, when he, that is Cherry Coco, when he was first introduced into the politics of Sierra Leone by the people of the Brookfield community in Freetown, which is predominantly Limba, as their potential member of parliament, Cherno was new, but that did not stand against him. When, that is Cherry Coco, when he was made deputy speaker in the last parliament under EBK regime, he was new to the parliament of Sierra Leone, but that did not stop him from serving in that capacity. When, that is Cherry Coco, he was selected by EBK as running mate to Dr. Samura in October 2017, this young politician was new along the line of potential running mates such as Ambassador Almami Petito Koroma, Barrister JFK, Alpha Khan, Victor Fo, and a good many others amongst the 27 aspirants. But that did not stop the APC from accepting him. Why should Honorable Cherno Ramadan Ba make such an unfortunate statement in the name of trying to sell Dr. Samura, who, by all indication, cannot be sold so easily at this material moment? Dr. Samura was selected at a time when he was little known and did not even have a party card until 2017. Who can best be described as new in the APC than Samura Kamara? But come to think about it, Dr. Samura in 2018 had by his side the most powerful politicians in modern times in the persons of Ernest Bai Koroma. He had access to the police, the army, he had access to the bank, he had access to the vast majority of affluent politicians and business people in the country. As Foreign Affairs Minister at the time, he was better positioned to win the hearts and minds of the international community. But with all of this support system, he lost woefully to the opposition SLPP. What makes anyone think that with all of this support system now gone away from him, he can win even a constituency in Sierra Leone? All right. In the white paper after the Commission of Inquiry, he has been indicted on 3 counts of which he has appealed and may now faces the wrath of an SLPP-controlled judiciary. Additionally, he is also being investigated by the ACC for 17 vehicles that he has not fully accounted for. Given the fact that the SLPP government is going to determine when appeal process starts and when they are concluded, what guarantee do we have as a nation that the SLPP will not drag the appeal to the last minute going into our flag bearer election? What if Samura emerges as the winner and he is petitioned by the SLPP or anyone within the APC in the last minute going into 2023 election? Will that not spell doom to us as party? Cherno has succeeded in annoying all the other potential flag bearers by that singular statement in Cambia. He owes the party and his fellow flag bearer aspirants an apology for his unfortunate utterances. If he is vying for the chairmanship of the Western region, but has now sided with a particular aspirant, does he not know that he is sending a negative message to the delegates? He has to be wise up and redeem his image if he is to be considered for anything in the APC. Hope he hears politics is for intelligent people. All right. For some of you now, just join me. As we all know, let me just try for summarize quickly. Some of you now listening to this statement from Tababa, one of the supporters of Alhaji Siddiq Samsumana. Let me just reiterate quickly, then they go from there. Now, Honorable Cherikoko go na Cambia and he go utter statement where he say the APC party no get time for package and sell a new person for flag bearership of the APC party. This means that the people them right now, we now new people them, maybe he was referring to, you know, the person where already don't run the 2017 election is the best person we suit for run the 2023 election and win election. And the people that will not be run the 2017 election, now new people them, so they don't get time for package the new people then and begin sell them to people them. It anger a lot of people them, including supporters of Samsumana. So that's not the situation where the APC party find itself. And I know say the convention is coming very close, and we don't know the time, but probably within the next few months, we will get a convention, and we will determine who that get for be the flag bearer. But let me just discuss a little bit about what this guy talk about. Yes, we know say Dr. Samura, they indict him for some stuff. He make a very good point, not so? He make a very good point. The question where Tababa asked, he said, what happened if the SLPP drag the appeal process where Dr. Samura already done appeal, the appeal process very close to the elections. Then after we flag bearership, then the SLPP make a verdict and he can find out, say, then petition Samura because he is no longer qualified. Because one partner of the constitution say anybody within convict of crime, especially economic crimes or something like that, is not qualified for whole position. So these are some of the potential questions that we Tababa ask. Is that reasonable? Of course, it's reasonable. Of course, I know it's reasonable, right? But what happened if Samura is vindicated? Is that also reasonable? So yeah, it's also reasonable because at the end of the day, these are people where no matter what are the circumstances, the SLPP government is trying to sandwich the APC into a box. And I think I talked about this sometimes ago in this program, where I tell one saying anybody will get good intellect and understand and follow up within the SLPP they do. Oh man, the SLPP are very smart. Nothing say the SLPP they don't know what they do. The SLPP they try for slice the APC into small pieces. Yeah, they are trying to do so. And if we not get good strategic, people them, we able to see far beyond we nose, beyond we eyes, and try for pick up certain tactics where the SLPP they do, dude, the APC is going to be in problem. I think I talked about this before, right? They are, experimenting every bit and pieces of politics, the way how they were able to beat the APC party come 2023. And this commission of inquiry and wrapping up certain potential candidates within the APC is just part of the ploy for make sure say then they try for handicap the APC party into submission in 2023 election. So it's left with us, the APC members, especially the leadership, for make them find a way how we go, escape from this trap where the SLPP they try for set for we all. You know why? Sometimes it's important for intellectual people then for talk. So the leaders then go hearing if they get is for hearing, and then we use with it the nonsense where that person they put, try for pull the non from the sense and deal with the sense. That's the reason that one the way some of we they talk most of the time and say, you know what, these are the traps, these are the strategies the way the SLPP they do. Now within the APC party, now we don't get some kind of competition, which is normal because it's a democracy, right? That's the reason now and the way people we felt now the APC for America election take place within the APC instead of selection. If not selection, then there is no need for fights, right? But that not prevent disunity. So waiting past in 2017, in fact, now a testament, now experiment we don't prove him. Selection process is not better in terms of unifying the party In fact, in my own opinion, I believe saying election process is more unifying than selection process. When one or two people then they select who that get for be the flag bearer, then you know alienate or isolate the majority of people the way get the opportunity or the right for make them people that they want for be as a flag bearer. That is where the disunity come. And 2017 actually proved that. So the fight for election is the best way for the APC party. But that also comes with so many strings, attachments and or whatever. And this is not just one of the strings them way the election process come with. That is competition. And it left to the leaders of the party how they were able for decipher or filter out the unwanted or unwarranted stuff them, and for the benefit of the party. But there is clearly some competition, and the competition is at this time, maybe before the election we will see. But the way I see the competition, the way they go on within the APC party for the flag bearership of the party is between Sam Sumana, Dr. Sam Sumana, Ion Group, and Alhaji, no, what is it, Dr. Sam Sumana? Dr. Samura and Alhaji Sam Sumana. These are these are the two people, these two groups that are actually at each other. And this statement where I just read you, it proved that say yes, but it's good, it's healthy, right? It's very, very healthy. And that make we fight for them. For a make competition day. Let everybody go try your own luck. Let we know this timing would that qualify for be the flag bearer of the party. Let the people, the general membership or the delegates determine would that qualify for lead the party in 2023. So that's not one of the things we actually dealt with. And we just talk for make the leadership understand and realize we not so much focus on the internal, competition. I'm not going to talk and say na fight, okay? Na fight. I don't want for describe and that way. I want for describe in a more positive way for say yes, na a competition, a political competition within the party. So I know they talk about that much. I know they concern much about that because that is an internal issue, right? So we just need to deal with that in a mature and a very, very democratic way. So we know we'll end up like what happened in 2017, right? That's my point. But right now, the main important thing right now within the APC party, within Sierra Leone politics is the traps the way the SLPP they set for the APC party. It is a clear trap where the SLPP don't set right now for people like Dr. Samura. Clearly. And unfortunately, I don't get too much confidence into with judiciary. Just like waiting Tababa say, I don't get too much confidence because you and I know say Sierra Leone judiciary is in the in the pocket of the executive branch, the president and the government. So how we were able for jump them traps here? Well, we can do it. When people then say, if somebody they run after you, the one way they run after you, if you not stop, you have not stop. All right? That's now so what people then tell me. If the person when they run after you not stop, you have not stop. And then they just run no more because you just want for run for escape. No, because you don't know whose side they go. Sometimes then don't set up there. So when you run, you get for look very carefully the steps the way they take for make sure say any trap where they set ahead of you, will able to jump and escape them trap them. This is what the APC right now need. If we want to become competitive in the next election, or if we want to win the next election, and how we will able to escape them traps them, I am calling on the APC leadership. Please, I'm calling on the APC leadership for make we set up a strategic committee, or we call a strategy committee. It is timely at this time. A strategy committee where they focus mainly on how for look at these traps where the SLPP they set for the APC and try for deflate some of them that tracks the day before it is too late. That's Nami Young call that one day. I just an ordinary member, right? If the leadership listen to that, I think say it will be nice. Let them pick the best minds within the APC party, we strategically know how for strategize for politics, for in terms of politics, especially Sierra Leone politics. If they do I am telling you, we go succeed for change any narrative way the SLPP they try for set up. And we are in a corner. We are in a corner. Be very subscribed for that. But that depends how mature we leaders then we able to do. Yeah. I know say most of we leaders then can always ignore some of we advises them. Where would they give them? I know that but that don't mean say I get for stop for talk. Because I love APC party. Now the reason this way I didn't like APC. I love APC. Okay? And if I join APC, I see saying there are certain things where we need for enhance. I think enough for just set mode because someone is not listening to me. I believe I not say someone is listening to me. I very well know that say someone is listening to me. The only problem is, are they taking what we are saying seriously? That's not the only thing, but we know that they are listening to it. So I call on the APC party leadership for form this committee. Now, let's form this committee. Let this committee comprises of both back home and in the diaspora. And not to everybody no more way, way they at the APC would they choose now this committee. This committee need people with caliber, people with intellectual, people with strategic mind, not to emotional people way very much emotionally, they go with the flow. When something happens, they go with the flow. These are people where they're not good in terms of political strategies. We want people that way steadfast, steady in mind. Now they're supposed for this committee, and then people here, then task them with the responsibility of looking into each and every steps where the SLPP they make, then give recommendation to the leadership of the party. Is that too much of a thing for us? Maybe. But is that the right thing? Yeah, that is the right thing to do. Right? It's the right thing. So that Namion passed down one day. Hey, if you want for comment on which are they talk, hey, if you disagree with me, put on the comment. I can even bring you na the program for make you can give your disagreement, or if you support which are they talk. Put your comment in the comment section of Facebook and YouTube. I go display and I go discuss them. Understand? So, but that's not me on call way at the call today. Okay. Now, hopefully, the reason which I make this the first segment because I want to make people that understand the danger. hand within the APC party, and how we get for eliminate that danger there. And then I'll start this topic with my first segment. Now let's go to the next segment. Okay. Now we know say for the past couple days since Wednesday, the United States of America, embroiled in waiting a lot of experts call unprecedented. We see the supporters of Trump storm into the Capitol building and destroy properties. Again, for cause the death of 5 people for that incident there. Since I born, I guess since I grew up in Africa, I come to the United States of America and involved in American politics, both every single election since I became a citizen of the United States. I will never thought of what I see at the Capitol building on Wednesday. No African. I did expect some of them to will happen. Now the third world country like Africa, like Sierra Leone, right? Sierra Leone, or North Korea, or other part of Africa, because that is what we are known for. We don't know the United States of America with this type of behavior. We have admired the United States of America, the democracy, where them people then then show we now a beacon for the world for follow. And with all the leadership where America don't exercise over the past 50, 60 years, 70 years. Now this world here. Just one day. Just one great day. That example is wiped out by the very leadership. What in this teach we, what in the lesson we will learn from this as an emerging democracies in Africa, Sierra Leone in particular? What are the lessons that we will learn? What are the lessons that we would learn from this? What in they go on so now TV, they see everything now. Then they try for evoke the 25th Amendment for remove President Trump or Congress, or then they try for impeach President Trump for the second time within 2 years. That also is very, very unprecedented, So the entire episode of this particular political standoff, as we call them, is just too much to grasp with. But it teaches me a lot of things where emerging democracies will take into consideration for saying, even the most advanced democracy in the world have glitches. Yeah. You know why? Because democracy is just a thing. It is an institution. It is an object. Like this phone. Say, like this phone where I get so. This is nothing. It's just an object. It depends the way I want to use them. So now the same thing with democracy. It is an object. It is an institution that is meant for the individual for use to their own best abilities for the benefit of society. So that's now one of the lessons that we will teach you. With all, the goodies and, all these good things we talk about democracy, there are glitches always because we are human beings. We are the implementers of democracy. And as Sierra Leoneans, one of the smallest countries in West Africa. I think we should appreciate the fact that we are able to, exercise with democratic rights in a way where, at least, a very, very difficult, definitely a very, very difficult, and you know, ever compare the United States democracy and African democracy. I'm talking about the entire continent democracy, let alone a tiny country like Sierra Leone. But there are lessons to learn. For say, there is no perfection in humanity. We are greedy animals. Human beings are greedy animals. We are emotional. And when greediness becomes our own characteristics, it is easy for take something that is meant for the good of society and destroy it because of you. This is what is going on also in Africa. We leaders in Africa are so greedy, so unfit for being leaders of that place then, that they think nothing about but themselves. That is the lesson we will get for land. If the United States of America experience this type of terrible stuff they happen today too, what about Sierra Leone, where how many years of multi-party democracy? 20-something years, probably since 1996 to now, about 24 years or maybe a little bit less than that. The United States is 225 years. 225 years. And still, we are having problems in our democratic practices. 225 years. And you compare that with 24 years. You see? 23 years with 225 years. If they are having problems and then they still continually try to improve into the system we don't live for 225 years, what about you who just don't live for 23 years? Do you expect a perfect democracy? No, you do not expect a perfect democracy. This is why it is important for you and me as Sierra Leoneans for make we able to shape this small democracy we will try for build, not only for we, but for our children, our grandchildren. And this is the time when we shape them the way we want them, because they say you go only able for shape an iron when it's too hot, right? You're able for shape and the way you want them. So the democratic iron for Sierra Leone, Africa in particular, is still too warm. So let's try for shape and the way we want them. If we try for shape and based on regional, politics, tribal politics, or self, egos, I don't give a damn about somebody else. That's only it's about me. That's what you get for end up. When we die, at the same thing get for continue, because that's how we shape that democracy. So it's going to continue, and it will make it very difficult for the people after we, for make them can't change with them, how we make them, because at that time the iron don't begin cool down. The iron don't begin cool down. So these are some of the lessons that we'll get for land. You go on social media, everything always wait till the hear about. All the SLPP now some kind voodoo party. All the APC now some kind corrupt, whatever description we want to give them. And now we are the same people where they say, you know what, I'll go one police station, because it's in police station now, the SLPP arm of military arm of the Union Party. You know what? I'll go on CID, because CID then don't go arrest an APC person. Well, one thing where we know they realize, the people the way they talk them kind word and the way they incite them kind of incitement, and they know they realize is the CID is there to protect not only you, but also the country. So if you go burn CID, because CID is having problem with you, or you disagree with what they do. So what happened when you don't turn rich? There is no CID for protect you. Or forget about you, because probably sometimes we think when we did 10,000 miles away from Sierra Leone, so we are safe here. What about your family members? What about your family members? They don't get the right for being protected by the same CID, by the same government? Yes, I think they get the same right to be protected by the same government, the same CID, the same police way you chastise. Are the police and CID perfect? No, they are not. We know that. You and me know that from memorial time, these are institutions and way we politicians and they always use for their own benefit. It didn't start from the SLPP. It did not start from the APC. This is something that started almost 60 years ago. Remember, our multi-party democracy is just 23 years old. This did not start 60 years ago. And you know what? Up to this time, most of the people then where they cause them kind of problem within our society are the same people where created this nonsense where they go in another country there. The same people. So let's take a lesson from the United States, the political problems where they go on at the United States right now, and try for, get some kind of solace within we own young democracy for saying, oh, well, we'll still get a long way for go. So let we not expect too much. Because one of the biggest problems we get in Africa, we expect too much. When a government come or a president come, we expect say that president can do everything for we. We just decide no more now. When the president not do, you don't do this for me, you don't do this for that. So therefore, I become angry. That's the misconception we get in Africa, and the misconception where Sierra Leoneans then get. They expect say the president is everything or the government is everything. They don't understand saying the government is just part of the society. You and I get responsibility for help the society. By the way, in a democratic system, they say democracy is a government of the people for the people and by the people. See these three words: for, of, and by. Each of these gets a very important meaning into your own life. A government of the people is a government that's responsible to take care of the needs of the people. That is a clear definition, right? But how you involved in the government? By the people. Now it involve you directly into the government for say, don't go and sit down and wait Mr. President for do everything for you when Mr. President not able to do everything for you. So waiting, you begin to cause problem, you begin to cause noise. What's you do? Because you're not government too. See, by the people. It is a government that's supposed to be managed and implemented, by you, because you voted for Mr. President, you voted for honorable member of parliament, you voted for that councillor, you voted for that mayor. Now you city, right? So you are also responsible to make sure that mayor, that councillor, that member of parliament or that president succeeds. No leader will able to succeed without the participation of the people. This is a fact. Anybody will do government at school, it will tell you that says no government no go able to succeed without the participation of the people. And it is also a fact that when a government fails, you know where then they suffer? The people. You. Now you suffer. So you see, how you entangle yourself into the democratic system, but a lot of people they don't understand about that. And you talk about the illiteracy, where they go in the country, you know, people them, the poverty and this, that. We understand that. And because of their factors here, the politicians that they use with people them. Right now, if you go to salon, people then they talk, say, oh, the country is hard, the country this, the country that. But wait for make election time come. You begin to see the politician, then they print t-shirts, put 10,000 leons on top of one t-shirt, then go, hey, as you know, now this I get for you, now for support me. That 10,000 leons, it don't give you one day or one plate cookery. You forget about the 5 years where that 10,000 leons will you take from the wrong person, they cost you. You forget about that. Because they give you 10,000 and a t-shirt. T-shirt. You forget about the 5 years where that person will give you that 10,000, the wrong person, the wrong leader, we can give that 10,000. The damage where it costs for you in particular and for the country. This is the things that we want to talk about in terms of governance, in terms of government, in terms of a nation, society. And until we start for educate with brothers and sisters back home, for say poverty is a hard thing. We all went through that. Even here in the United States, a lot of people under that circumstance today. We got people in America now who they sleep in the streets. They don't get what they eat. Now trash can. Trash can. Now then they go find something for it. So poverty is not unique to Africa. Poverty is not unique to Sierra Leone. By the way, poverty is becoming a natural thing for we all. No, it doesn't matter what you do. Yes, a lot of people are. We know say yes, indeed, there are some level of poverty in the world. We understand that. But for say poverty is something that is unique to Africa or Sierra Leone in particular, that is just blatant lies. And until you start to take the leadership of your government seriously, try to look at people them, elect people them, not based on type, not based on this family line, or not based on regional politics, but based on qualification. Somebody will get good intention for the country. Somebody will like in your country. Patriotism, a patriot. When we elect a government that is patriotic, you see the changes. And now don't look because, might be an amende Shabro, right? An Escroman have been local limba or whatever tribe you want for Giam. So now based on that, you elect, you vote for the leader. When you do that, you are harming the country. You are harming yourself. Okay? That's not the other thing where I just want to discuss. When I think about this, it's very, very important. It's very, very important. Because the way social media done it today, it makes it very, very difficult for people who are rational, for making them able to pass the information to the public. Because you send one video way or one audio or one text way, very, very important. Within 1 minute, nonsense thing them don't can overcome that text thing. So your text, which is very, very important for the society, it don't begin go down. By the time we remember, I don't will ever understand what's in that person they even send again. This is why some of us are here. We dedicate this, network for educate people, them try with level the best for make sure say people that understand for say every single Sierra Leonean, whether you are in the diaspora or you are in Sierra Leone, is a stakeholder into the development and progress of that country. All right? Very, very important. If you don't know that, start for think about that. If you're in a salon, help Mother Bio. Help Mother Bio for succeed. If Mother Bio succeed, what to Mother Bio you want to succeed? Today, Anescoma no day again, na power. The one that will be try for undermine Anescoma, whether it be as a president of salon. Today, Anescoma no day. But look at the things the way he do. Where then they enjoy? Anescoma alone? No, not Anescoma alone. Now the country. Now the country, including you. And they see some people that when they come on the diaspora and they go and the road them fine, this, that. Well, they don't send in a president where you been undermine now you do in level best for create them rules than they. You not been there for help that president there for make we're not able to create them rules than you been there undermine them. Now, when you're not there, you begin to talk the truth, say, hey, the way they find this is ridiculous. This is backwardness. It's backward thinking. The way Africans and they think, we are still backward. We need for change, then kind of thinking and then mentality than they. Okay? Let me help Mother Bio. Mother me not SLPP. When Mother Bio do wrong, I they criticize, I know they even hesitate. If I know they hesitate for criticize me on party leadership, why do you think I would even blink for criticize the SLPP leadership, especially way that then gets the government at this particular time for help salon? But our criticisms should not be an impediment for the development of society. We should not do that. When Mother Bio do wrong, now say, hey, Mother Bio, you do wrong this, and we not tolerate that. That need for stop. With respect, with maturity. When Mother Bio do good, let we applaud Mother Bio, say, man, you know what, I don't vote for you, but I'm actually happy because you know what, you bring free quality education, well, not quality, but free education. You bring free education. That now is first step. We don't say it's not perfect, but at least that now a first step to the right direction. So we thank you very much. How we be able to help you for make we improve so that we picking them, then we're able to get a quality education. These are the questions then where a patron is supposed to ask. Most of us say, but then left me, boo. That free education self, me not see anything. You're not better, you're not better, but you also get the responsibility for making better. You get that responsibility, right? You have the responsibility to do it because you're a Sierra Leonean, right? What is your own contribution towards that? I remember when I was very little in Sierra Leone at the go school. If you possibly not pay school fees, then they drive you in a school. Right? We all. Anybody who been there during we own time, we go school in a salon, we know that. Yes, and maybe before I've been here, say, during the 70s or whatever, I've been here, say, there was free education or whatever. I don't know how true it was. But during the we own time, when we in the go school, you pay school fees. And because of that, a lot of people there, because of the poverty in the country, a lot of people they're not able to take them picking, get them going to school. So if there is now a way for make people then go to school free, a perfect? No, it's not perfect. And we don't expect say get 100% perfect because now just implement that. It get for take time, maybe get for take up to 10 years. 10 years for make it become at least the way we expect that we get quality education. But it not go become a success if you do undermine that, just because you hate the person way bring the project, just because you hate the government way they try to implement that. That is unpatriotic behavior. Okay, so let's do it. Let's help Madabio. If he succeeds, not to Madabio. So Madabio now, he gets 2 more years. 2 more years to go. He is going. And he not even guarantee for say, with a renew in contract again in 2023. No guarantee. Madabio could lose the election in 2023. But what happened? The free education project is still gonna be there. It's still gonna be there. And you expect if now you come to power for enhance that one day. Right? So what is wrong with Africa? What is wrong with Sierra Leone? You see them on social media every single up to 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. Just the lambast, just the talk all kind of rubbish on social media about this, about that, about this, about that. The country is burning. Okay? The country is burning. So this is the third segment where I want to discuss. Go think about this. Think about this. If we talk, but lie, I lie. Just think about it. And let's do the right thing. It's very important. Let's do the right thing. If we do the right thing, everything will be good. But wait, Sierra Leone is very easy. It's an easy country for welcome. The greediness of the politicians are making it very difficult for make we able to go before. And we also is helping we are helping the politicians then for make them continue this greediness way and different. Everybody where they want to go gets power in alone, not because he left the country, because he expects him, he could get more money. And money already in the country. So where do you expect that money to come from? Of course, from corruption, bribery, stealing, all those type of things. This is what constitutes Sierra Leone politics, African politics, corruption. All right. Now that I don't pass that side, I just want to go for a short break. And when we come back, we can talk about the diaspora. Okay? Let's go for a second. Welcome back to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota. You are watching the TPN TV and radio network coming to you live from the United States of America. So now, Augustine Camara, Dr. Augustine Camara, you see, Dr. Mankota, I hope your preaching will be accepted in good faith. It is a pity that most of us Sierra Leoneans have succumbed to hypocrisy and fear of persecution. Perhaps telling the truth when it comes to politics, one can easily be hated by friends and relatives just because of parties and politics. Your radio has been doing well. I hope it will keep the good name of educating the masses. Thank you very much, Doctor. Doctor, you are a commentator on this radio station, and for say that's now we own culture that one day. For say yes, we all affiliated to different political parties now inside this network. But one thing we will not compromise is, you know, the purposefulness of we own network, which is bringing Sierra Leoneans them together, educating Sierra Leoneans them in a way where no network not be able to do them. I don't see so many small networks within the diaspora. Most of them, maybe and they start with independence and you know, trying for claim what we call patriotism, but very quickly they see that and they switch to partisan politics, because that is very tempting, right? It's very tempting, you know, for switch. It's easy for switch into partisan politics. And that make most of the time them politicians and they well, I say them politicians and then network then they become, you know, useless or meaningless, because they're not getting any other way then we're able for you know, entice the public for say, you know what, me na SLPPO, but Dr. Mangota na APCO, but I think I'm interested in what you talk about. These are some of the things we able for do, you know, since 2010, 2011 when we created this. Just imagine, you know, almost now this thing they go now to 10 years, right? Imagine, we're still strong, and in fact we are growing, right? We are growing because we not only look at things the way other people look at things, we look at things the way society needs to be. Society should look at things, and we always not shy away from presenting the truth, even if it did against me. That's what they did against me, or it did against me own party. This is what is the responsibility of a patriot. Okay, now before the break, I've been talking about the next segment we want for Kando. Okay, and this is very important for make we all understand about this. The Tusim. The Tusim. Over the past 3 or 4 or 5 years, well, mostly over the past 3 years, we see the diaspora community. Then on social media, most of the people there within our social media constantly and the diaspora, right? And few small percentage of Sierra Leoneans them back home, and most of them are people that we actually maybe they engage within politics, you know, they get good jobs and they're able to buy a smartphone, you know, they're able to buy, I think they call them the megabytes. That is the data way they use for, you know, communicating on social media. But majority of the people, that's alone, they're not in a social media. Maybe if they go to social media, just quickly, because it's very expensive, right? So most of the people they're waiting on social media today, constantly at the diaspora. Now because we get the opportunity, we get the services we need for being on social media 24 hours. But just like what I talked earlier before the break, looking at the contributions that we give in social media in terms of politics, not alone. Don't we sit for a minute and look at and reflect and say, you know what? I really like my country for make it progress, for make it develop, right? I really like my country for making it develop, and I do my level best for making the country develop. But what's not the best way na my own contribution for develop that country there, other than just talk? Talk is great. Now right now we get the ability to do, right? It's great. But what's not the best way for make a give me own contribution towards the development of the country? One thing that is clear, there's a saying, and say if you give fish to a society every time, you know what? You know they help that community there, that society there. The best way they help you the community for make you, you know, you learn them how for fish You tell them how for fish, so then we're able to fish themselves. So we in the diaspora, the best way we will give we best contribution to Salone when we actually directly be part of the decision making at Salone. Yeah. Unfortunately, in 2017, 2016, a law day now we book where they invoke against we cause problem today for we. In fact, it discriminates we. That law discriminates me and you. We're not citizens of another country. It discriminates we. Okay? Very, very discriminatory. We they call to sin. Now, law way, no matter how we yell na social media, the politicians them back home, they give a damn about what they do. Because I know say we are not going to be part of the decision making. They just feel like this studio where this room, somebody there outside, they yell. In fact, if I don't want for here, they lock the door, they lock the windows, right? They yell. And they yell till it's tired. Not for affect me. This is the situation we will find ourselves. How will we able to face this? How we go able to face this? Me and you. If we spend, many hours on social media for talk about Salone, and you get the potential, you get the ability, you get the intellect for make you able to be part of the decision making, so that you go able to bring in things them where you go able to benefit society. How you go fight for make you able accomplish that thing there, especially if you get a blockade, an impediment in front of you. It is time for make we unite in this fight. Whether you're not SLPP, you're not NGC, you're not C4C, you're not APC, you're not ADP, you're not PDP, you're not any other political party they think of Salone. If you are in the diaspora, whether you're not citizen right now or you will become a citizen tomorrow, I think we have to come together. We have to come together for make we fight this. Not only for we, but for the country. For the country. When I remember at one time when this thing started in 2017, when we politicians back then, they try to convince some of you folks, not to me, but some of you folks say, oh, no worry, as we can't power from the first thing now, they will get for gang pull out. We know say they play a great role now we politics, now we political parties them. So now the first thing that one day we cancel no more. Now the first thing now they try for pull out of that book there, that constitution there. For some of you now they remember again. I've been they remember say people like me, so now this particular network, I've been the one who now say we're not buy into this, we're not falling into this. A politician is a politician, especially African politician. They know they hold their promises. They know they fulfill their promises. I say if we not start for do something about this, it's gonna hurt us, and it is hurting us right now. It is hurting us. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, ladies and gentlemen. He left to win no more now. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Let me talk about the impediments where this thing gets right now. That's alone. As we all know, I don't bring members of parliament now this network about this particular topic. We don't discuss this topic several times now this network, right? So if now they've been listening, we've been follow up the listing that them broadcast and they when I go agree with me say less than 3%. Less than 3% of members of parliament were willing for even tender a bill for eliminate this discriminatory law now we book. Less than 3. And you know why? You know why? Because it benefits them. Even though most often it not benefit the country, but it benefits them. Less than 3%. That means it is not only SNPP folks in the parliament, it is the APC folks back also. This is something that even Madabio talk about this. Can the Yumkela talk about this same thing? Other politicians, they talk about this same thing. For say the members of parliament are not willing for tender any bill for eliminate this to same problem. So if we sit down, we got the listen to we politicians them or say, then we'll do something, it's not gonna work. We have to solve our own problem. And how we go able to solve our own problem, we get to put aside first with political differences. Okay? Let's put our political differences first and come as one as Sierra Leoneans. You see, here in the United States, you understand, you see how things really happen in the United States of America? When something will get for affect the national security or the national development of the country, then they put their political differences, their ideological differences aside and come together, not as a Republican or Democrat, but as American. Just Wednesday, the Vice President of the United States of America will get a stake into the elections will just pass, where in your party now in they try to overturn the elections. In your president will appoint her as running mate. Now in they overturn the election. You see what Mike Pence do? See? The lessons that we have been telling earlier for say we get a lot of lessons for learn from this political standoff in the United States of America. You see what Mike Pence, the vice president, you know what? You see what he do? He separates himself from Union president, say no, the country is bigger than me, it's bigger than you, it's bigger than our party, it's bigger than all the something million people who vote for you. Separate yourself from that. And up to this time, I don't think say Mike and Donald Trump don't even talk. This is a lesson where we're supposed to learn. We say yes, we get to differences, but when it comes to the national interest of the country, let's come together. Let's just come together. Let we petty politics, partisan politics, not destroy the national interest. So this now something where we're able to bind with together. You know, this to say because it affects you, it affects me, it affects anybody, everybody. We're citizens of another country. Okay? So we can do this. Now, we don't set up certain mechanism where we will start the ball rolling. But please, we need una support. Do you? We need una support. Okay? Please, ladies and gentlemen, please, we need una support. We are going to file a lawsuit. We are going to file a lawsuit. Make the Supreme Court of Sierra Leone tell we say this particular law is not discriminatory against the citizens of that country. There. This particular law is not violate other laws them within the same book. We talk about no citizen shall be discriminated based on whatever. Okay? We are going to do this. But how are we going to do that? We need small money. We need small money. Okay? And we are going to talk to most of the other, media people them around the world, when Sierra Leone and medias them, that the diaspora, for make we push this. I am going to talk to some of my colleagues them, for make we push this. Whenever you come out and broadcast, you have to educate people there for make them know, say, this is what we are going to do, and we need your support. It doesn't necessarily mean say you have to be in the United States, or you have to be in Europe or whatever in the diaspora. You can be in a salon back, because if you support for say yes, indeed, this is very, very discriminatory. And in fact, as we speak, it's hurting the country. We need his support. Number one, what we get for do? We get for open an account, transparent. We want for make you contribute. We want for make you contribute for the legal expenses we will get for endure for do them here. I think we will not get for hide. We want for make you contribute. If you put $100, you put $10, you put $5, you put £5, £100, £1,000, $1,000, or whatever we then call you able for contribute, then we get that, and that money we all will make sure say every single penny we use that money there for the legal purpose. We make sure say we account for that. We are going to do that. I just want to remind you for now, say this is what we want to do, and we want your support. We need your support. Let's do it. You understand? Let me give you an example. It doesn't have to be parliament where you go able to change law na the book. It doesn't have to be parliament. Okay? This is why we get 3 co-equal branches of government. Parliament, and then they make the law. The judiciary, and then they interpret the law. And the judiciary also get the power for saying this law we will not make, parliament, this law we will not make, it is discriminatory against certain section of society. So therefore, it null and void. Right? Judiciary get that power there. Yes? Let's utilize the judiciary. Let's see the judiciary. Let them fall on their own, their own sword. But if you not remember, the same law where now, the same thing where the APC and by Kuruma being used against Dr. Sam Sumana, when they pull Sam Sumana from the vice presidency, then go to court, now the Supreme Court, now then go interpret that law there. They uphold the law. Now, it is binding. Now, it is a law. So, it is not only the parliament that they make law and it binding. Okay? I don't want to go into detail with that, but this is what we are going to do, and we need your help. Please, please, look at the struggle, where we struggle for fight for that country. It doesn't matter which political party we did, but I'm not saying majority of the people them just believe, say yes, indeed, the things that they do now for fight for the country. Even if not the wrong way, but at least you get that conscience, they will say, I believe in for the country they fight for. If this is the case, let's start this war for this fight. And we pray to God, with brothers and sisters back home, for make them know, say, we are their brothers and sisters. We also get we are stakeholders into the politics or the decision making of that country. So if there is a pen and paper, a black and white text, we discriminate with, I expect, or we all expect him, we brothers. We most times they depend on we to make them stand here for we. And we expect them when these things start. I'm not talking about politicians. I'm talking about brothers and sisters back home. And I am confident saying when these things start, we'll get the support. I'm confident on that. So this are the things that I just want to talk to Una today. We are out of time, and I just want to thank Una, but Una share this broadcast. I think in 1.5 hours actually, but it's very, very important. There are so many educative stuff items in this broadcast where I make to this one. If we share them, we go able for reach out to a lot of people. Then maybe it will change a lot of people their mindset. And also, don't forget for subscribe if you didn't YouTube. Subscribe to this channel, very important, so that anytime when we do live, you will able to get notification, and it will also help the channel. The same thing if you didn't have Facebook, subscribe, right, and like the broadcast, okay. And I thank you very much. We will see you back next week, the same time, the same place. Good night.